Bismillah, salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. In the name of Allah, may the peace and blessing of Allah be upon His final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his companions, and all those who follow him until the day of judgment. Welcome to Maqasid as-Sawm. The objectives technically is defined as the objectives of fasting. It's sometimes translated in English as the inner dimension of fasting, right? So last time we spoke about the obligations of fasting. Here we're going to talk about a little bit about taqwa. Now we're going to talk about how fasting raises your ranks, right? Raises your ranks. So some of the virtues of fasting. So in raising the ranks, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إذا جاء رمضان فتحت أبواب الجنة وغلقت أبواب النار وصفدت الشياطين. When Ramadan comes, the gates of paradise are open, the gates of hellfire are closed, and the shayateens are closed up. Al-Izz ibn Abdul Salam, he says that the gates of paradise are open due to the increase of your good deeds. It puts you on the path that is headed towards paradise, like it's putting you on that path of success, right? So the gates of paradise are open because you engage in so many good deeds. When it says the gates of the hellfire are closed, is because because when you're fasting, you're away from sins. Because if you sin, you lose your fast. Therefore, you are on the path that is driving you away from the hellfire. When it says and the shayateen wasufidat, the shayateens are chained up, it means that because whenever you're engaged in fasting and you engage in the dhikr of Allah and you engage in all these a'mal of obedience, all of this, the dhikr of Allah and obedience to Allah, are contrary to what draws shaitan. Actually, the dhikr of Allah pushes shaitan away. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed in the Quran in Surah An-Nas, الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ مِنْ شَرِّ الْوَسْوَاسِ الْخَنَّاسِ, from the evil of the one who whispers, that withdraws. So whenever you remember Allah, He withdraws. Whenever you forget Allah, He comes close. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Zukhruf, وَمَنْ يَعْشُ عَنْ ذِكْرِ الرَّحْمَنِ نُقَيِّدْ لَهُ شَيْطَانًا وَهُوَ لَهُ قَرِينٌ. Whoever is distant from the dhikr of Allah, from the remembrance of Allah, we tie to him a shaitan, and he becomes his intimate friend. Right? He becomes his intimate friend. So sometimes things are going wrong. We have to ask ourselves, instead of blaming the world, ask ourselves, how is my prayer? How is my commitment? How is my efforts? So this is how one of the ways of raising the ranks is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through fasting, puts us on this program that leads to success, that protects us from the hellfire, and that protects us from al-adu'ul mubin, from the plain enemy, which is shaitan, and also ourselves, right? Our lower selves, right? And fasting helps us control that lower self. May Allah give us tawfiq. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.